If you have kids, you know they can ask a lot of questions, and as parents, it can be tricky to discuss difficult topics with them. One example being the war happening in Ukraine. It can be especially difficult to figure out what to say to kids that are younger than 12, so 5- and 6-year-olds. So this afternoon, Dr. Brenda Lloyd Jones from the University of Oklahoma is back to share her expert advice on a very timely topic. We're happy to have you, by the way, Brenda.
Oh, it is my pleasure. You know, at any age, it can be most difficult to talk about tragic events such as war, and with children we want to be especially careful in our conversing with them. And so I think it's important based on one's age in terms of the child. For example, for children who don't know about it, then parents have the opportunity to discuss it or not, to shape the perspective or not. But children who ask questions, for example, you want to be factual, you want to be concise, and you want to answer what they ask. For example, they might want to know if school will close. You can answer that. They may also want to know how can they help. You may decide that it's a good opportunity to donate to organizations like the American Red Cross. And then for children, who do know, you want to ask them what is it that they know and how they feel about what they have found out. And in that way, you can empathize with them and also correct any miscommunication.
And Brenda, is there any difference of how we should approach topics like that if it's a young child who is 5, 6, 7 years old versus your teenager someone might have?
Yes, because your 5 or 6-year-old may ask, where is Ukraine, for example. They may ask elementary fundamental questions, and you have the opportunity to show them a map, to talk about the culture, to talk about the history. But older children, they have specifics, perhaps, and that way you can discuss your perspective, their perspective, and keep the dialogue going throughout the duration of the event.
All right, good advice. And we do have a viewer question this week. This one is from Janice. So Janice says, right now my life is going great. I have a great relationship with my significant other, and I just got a promotion and raise at work, but I'm hesitant to share my good news because I don't want to be seen as bragging or being insensitive to others in worse situations. Is it okay to share?
Absolutely, it's okay to share. That's a fantastic thing to do. We are desperate for good news. We are yearning to hear about optimistic events, and so Janice should go forward and talk about, for example, her promotion and conversations. I think she will be surprised by the number of people who will be interested in the details, and so I admire her concern, however, and that's valid, that other people may be having a tough time. And certainly it's admirable that she thinks about it, but that should not certainly distract her from sharing good news. And I think here's the heart of the matter. By mentioning the challenges she experienced while achieving her goal will make her come across as having humility and empathy.
Okay, good advice as well. And Janice, congratulations to you. It's very exciting. Brenda, thank you so much. Appreciate it. If you have a question you'd like for us to consider for next week's segment, you can send us an email to therapythursday@griffin.news. Be right back after this quick break.